In this video, I'm going to touch on the subject of viruses and the built-in protection you already have installed in your Mac without even knowing. I often get asked what's the best virus software for the Mac, and in most cases I suggest none. Viruses and malware cause all kinds of problems, from performance slowdowns, external media not showing up, to being unable to visit the website that you should be able to trust like YouTube and others. If you are careful on what you install and don't just Google, download and install anything you are not familiar with, then your Mac has all the necessary items installed out of sight and running in the background of your macOS protecting you. A lot of the time I have clients asking, I just don't feel comfortable running antivirus software, or my bank says I need to install antivirus software. So the company I work for insists I must install antivirus software on my computer. So what should I get? You often hear viruses, malware, spyware and Trojans. Now you're not really looking at antivirus software. It's more anti-malware software. A virus is a type of malware and tends to be a little bit more destructive, but is fairly rare today. Most of the malware today are Trojans, which tend to get installed on your Mac when you are tricked to installing a piece of software that you shouldn't trust. The most common types I see are visiting websites where you get a pop-up asking you to install Flash. The other are sites helping you to speed up or clean up your Mac. Now sometimes the software itself is malware, and sometimes the malware comes along for the ride when installing that piece of software. So what should I use? Now the good news is the software for the job is already installed on your Mac and is included as a part of your macOS. Apple has included anti-malware software built into the operating system. Now they don't talk about this as obviously they don't want to publicise that Apple computers can actually get malware. Apple just quietly built it into the operating system to protect you. The protection software comes in three parts. The first part is called Gatekeeper. So let's take a quick look. So what's Gatekeeper? Gatekeeper is a security feature that enforces code signing and verifies downloaded apps before allowing them to run. Now, you won't find anything on your Mac called Gatekeeper anymore. Okay, so to open up Gatekeeper, you open up your system preferences, and then you go to security and privacy, and then under general, you can see the option down here. You got the option to download, allow apps to be downloaded from the App Store or the App Store and their identified developers. Now there is a third option, which enables you to install from anywhere, and I wouldn't normally advise this unless you're having problems installing a particular bit of software from a company that you respect and you know is completely kosher. If you're having any problems, sometimes you do need to enable this third option, but it's very rare. This is basically your first line of defense. If it's set to Apple Store only, then any app in the Apple Store has gone through a strict review process before allowing it on the App Store. And it has been created by an identified Apple developer. Now, this isn't necessarily the best system, but at least Apple has checked the app doesn't contain any privacy or security concerns. If there are any problems, Apple can simply pull it from the store. They can also remove the developer's ability of creating new apps as a signed developer outside the App Store, should you have selected App Store and Identified Developers tab. The next part of Apple's operating system is called XProtect. So, how does XProtect work? The built-in anti-malware protection on macOS X is known as XProtect, which is technically a feature built into file quarantine, added back in 2009 with macOS X 10.6 Snow Leopard. Okay, let's check and see if XProtect is actually running on our computer. Now, to do this, if you click on the Apple menu, go down to About This Mac, click on System Report, and then we can go down to Installations. And if we scroll down to the bottom of the list, you will see XProtect plist config data. And you'll be able to see the last date it was updated, which is the 21st of the 8th, 2020. Now, if you wanted to look a little bit deeper and check a bit more about it, if you open up your hard disk, click on System, then go down to Library, we can click on Core Services, and then you'll see here there's the XProtect bundle. Now, we can right click on that, Show Package Contents, and if we go to Contents, Resources, you'll see the files here, and the one we want to look at is XProtect plist. So if we click on that and then hit the spacebar, it will give us some more information of what the definitions embedded into this file are. So if we go and have a look at one, for example, we will see here, let's have a look at one. Right, so we'll see description and then we'll see the string. Now this is the name of the virus. If you want to know a little bit more what this virus is that's in this database, you can always Google search it. So this one is called Genio G1. So let's have a quick look. So osx.genio IEO .g.1. And if we can have a look on Norton's website, and it says remove Genio virus or Trojan on a Mac. And it tells you more about it here. The Genio is an Israeli company specializing in unwanted software. So it's an Israeli virus. When you open an application that's been downloaded, File Quarantine checks to see if it matches any of the malware definitions in the XProtect file. If it does, you will see a warning message saying running the file will damage your computer and informing you of what malware definition it matches. The last part of the three-part protection system is called MRT, which stands for Malware Removal Tool. The Malware Removal Tool, MRT app, is an application that lives in the Core Services folder. Now this is located in the System library rather than Applications and Utilities folder, where user-level programs are typically located. So now let's check MRTs running on your Mac. Now to do this is exactly the same way as it was with XProtect. So if we go to the Apple menu about this Mac, System Report, down to Installations, and if we scroll down, oops, let's go back there, type in MRT, and you'll see here the MRT config data, and it will tell you when it was last updated, which is the 21st of August. So to have a look where it is located in your machine itself, again, it's exactly the same place. System, Library, Core Services, and you'll see MRT. Now it's an application, but how do you run it? The simple answer is you don't. Despite taking the form of an application bundle, MRT is not supposed to be launched by users. It is believed that every time you reboot or when a new definition comes out, it runs to protect you. To do that, just make sure your security updates are checked. And if we open up your system preferences, click on Software Updates, and then we click on Advanced, you can see Install System Data Files and Security Update box is ticked. Now on a slightly older system, if we go and have a look, it's not actually in System Preferences, so there is no software updates in there. But instead, if we open up the Apple Store and then click on the Apple Store menu down to Preferences, you can see you have the same option here, Install System Data Files and Security Updates. So the new system is here, the old system is here. Alright, so Gatekeeper is your first line of defense that protects you from installing a piece of software you shouldn't. XProtect is your next line of defense that even if you allow it permissions, it won't install the piece of software itself if it's recognized on a database as malware. And MRT is there to scan and remove any malware from your Mac. And that's the three-part protection system built into your Mac's operating system. Now, it won't protect you from everything. You can still visit that website that you shouldn't, download that piece of software that you certainly shouldn't, and then give it permission to install. In general, you can always be the weak link here, but then there's no piece of software that can help you unless you are a business and have an expensive IT department with a firewall and plenty of expensive services, rules and restrictions set in place. But simply put, if you are careful and don't install any software you are unfamiliar with, you don't just type in your computer's password when requested after visiting an unknown website, and you keep up to date with your security updates, this is generally enough. And you are unlikely to catch any malware. I personally have no third-party virus software installed on my MacBook. I take it with me to all my clients, connect to hundreds of networks, just use a little common sense, don't install anything without doing a little bit of research, and have never, touch wood, had my MacBook infected. So, a question. Have you ever caught a virus or had malware on your Mac? If so, how did you find out? And what software did you use to remove it? Or are you watching this video to find out how? Please let me know in the comments section below. I would be interested in knowing what problems you had and maybe I can help. Or create a video taking you through the best removal procedure. Okay, so that's it for now, and I hope you found this video interesting. Thanks for watching everybody, and if this video helped you, be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more of my useful videos. This is Darren from iFixApple. Thank you.